On Twitter at 1450 WCTC. Jersey Central with Bert Barron.
Think we could listen to the radio or something?
On the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It is 7:08. Welcome to hour number 2 of Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. It's Bert. How you doing? Just a couple of delayed openings are on our website this morning at WCTCAM.com. We'll do our contest a little bit later on today. Hey, medium Marissa Liza Pell. Not only are we bringing her back to George Street Playhouse in April, she will be here today for the 8 o'clock hour of Jersey Central. You'll have a chance to call her up and talk to her. And while she's here, we'll give away a pair of tickets. So make sure you're listening in the 8 o'clock hour and call in and talk to Marissa. You never know. You never know what kind of information and kind of an exchange you'll have with her. All right, so she'll be here for the 8 o'clock hour. Well, this time of year, and I never really put the connection together with the time change and the daylight saving time, has an impact on those who are afflicted with Alzheimer's here in New Jersey and really everywhere. I had no idea. And joining me this morning to talk more about this, he is the CEO for Alzheimer's New Jersey, and we've done a bunch of events with them in the past, and looking forward to doing some in the future as well. Let's welcome back Ken Zaentz to Jersey Central and WCTC. Good morning, Ken. It's Bert Barron. How are you?
Good morning, Bert. Thanks for having me this morning. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate the time today. And I didn't really make the connection that, for anybody that's sound of mind and is in good health and is completely lucid, the time change kind of throws you off. Talk about the effect that it has on people with Alzheimer's and dementia. I never really made the connection before.
Sure. So there's a phenomenon that we call sundowning, where people who have Alzheimer's disease or another dementia tend to get more confused, maybe get a little bit more agitated in the late afternoon and the evening. And one of the reasons that happens is because people are generally more tired at that time of day. So then when you have this time change, it may affect sleep patterns, so there may be some sleep disturbances. So it could possibly add to the sundowning phenomenon, as well as, just a general tiredness at the end of the day, lack of maybe so much routine at the end of the day. So all those kinds of things, would possibly add to the effect of sundowning, which, as I said, could cause more confusion and agitation in the person with the disease in that latter part of the day.
Yeah, I see how that could happen. And then you couple in, Ken, and I don't know about you, but this time change is the one I always struggle with losing the hour. It feels like it takes me a week or two just to kind of get back in sync. I do okay with the fall one where we go back an hour. You couple this in now with the caregiver and the stresses that they go through on a daily basis, and they've got a time change now to adjust to. So it's a little bit of an adjustment, really, on everybody's part in this.
Oh, sure. I mean, I always find it better to, as much as I like the longer days, when we start to get more into spring, it's always easier to gain an hour of sleep than to lose an hour. So you're right. It does take some adjusting.
Yeah, it really does. Ken Zaentz is our guest this morning here on Jersey Central, the CEO of Alzheimer's New Jersey, who does just amazing work. I had the privilege of working with them at a couple of their walk events last year. I've gone with them everywhere from Jersey City to Princeton and everywhere in between, and they do just great work in getting the community together. And Ken, what I really admire about the events, which are just such great get-togethers, and there's so many just terrific people who are there, to see the families all kind of come together, and it's a special thing that the families, they have this bond that unless you're someone who has gone through this and endured this and lived with an Alzheimer's person or was a caregiver for one, you can't really understand what that person goes through. But it's almost like they're kindred spirits in that, they know exactly what each person has endured and how their lives have changed as a result of this. And I just find the meetings just so inspirational. I mean, they're happy get-togethers, but at the same time, it's like everybody has this bond, and it's like everybody kind of comes together on this level that maybe not everybody can relate to.
Well, that's a really good point, Bert. I mean, thank you for your complimenting the walks, and we were so happy to have you there. But you're right. So many times during, in this disease, the caregiver feels so isolated. So the walks, our support groups, as well as some of our other programs, really, in addition to providing education and support, they really do help caregivers to bond together, to share that unfortunate, common experience that they have, and really does help to maybe put an end to some of that social isolation that caregivers often feel.
Yeah, and the statistic, Ken. Anytime I share it with people, I get this look like of disbelief when you talk about how 1 in 2 people will be impacted in one way or another in their lifetime by Alzheimer's. We either with unfortunately as a diagnosis or someone who is an Alzheimer's caregiver, and it's 1 in 2 people who will somehow be affected by this. And you tell people that, and it's almost like I get this look of disbelief. But I guess if you think about it, and the more you research your own family and talk to friends and relatives, that 1 in 2 number doesn't seem all that outrageous.
No, no, and especially in a state like New Jersey, where since age is the greatest risk factor for Alzheimer's, even though age is not really the cause. And when you look at our aging population in New Jersey, you can easily see how the impact of this disease is so high right here in our own state.
Yeah, and you can get information, of course, on this and any of the events that are coming up. The website you can visit is alznj.org. All the information is there. And I was clicking on the events page here, Ken, and I'm getting ready to get out, and we'll get the snow out of here and get some events going and do some walking and connect with some people. And I see there's an event already scheduled for April 6th already. That's kind of cool, too.
Yeah, that's our gala. It's coming up fast. It's a wonderful event. It's at the Grove in Cedar Grove, and there's still opportunities for people to buy tickets and join us. And then, of course, our walk websites for 2017 are up. So all the September and October dates for for our upcoming fall walks are already there. So people can get involved and start their fundraising, today.
Good stuff. And the Grove, that is a beautiful venue, and I'm sure they're honored to be hosting an event like yours. That is a terrific, terrific venue. Again, alznj.org for all the information for Alzheimer's New Jersey. Ken Zaentz, thank you for your time today. Keep up the great work with you and everybody at Alzheimer's New Jersey, and we'll see you at the events coming up later on in 2017, all right?
Thanks, Bert. Looking forward to it.
All right, me too. Thank you. All right, Ken Zaentz, Alzheimer's New